Climate activist Greta Thunberg has been noted as Time's Person of the Year. Now, of course, Time magazine, along with a number of other publications, have lists like this that come out. There's the cover. Of course, she is a young climate activist. She has really drawn attention to an important and pressing issue. She's only 16 years old. And while there's nothing offensive about this, or at least it shouldn't be offensive, there have been a number of MAGA guys who feel triggered by this. So Brad Reed over at Raw Story writes, many Trump supporters are very upset that Thunberg was granted an honor that they believed rightly belonged to their favorite president, and some insinuated she was merely a puppet for left-wing financier George Soros. Okay. Ironically, there are billionaire donors who have skewed the climate debate, in an effort to help their financial stability and their earnings, and that's the Koch brothers, right? So it's just amazing. I mean, the Koch brothers literally gave giant grants to science departments at universities throughout the country to influence their research on climate change. Like, that is what the Koch brothers have done. So like, to bring George Soros into this and say that Greta Thunberg is a puppet for George Soros, it's just so stupid.
And also, to tie it back to what we were talking about earlier, it's like there are people on Twitter who are like, I would like to take a break from talking about how I want Trump to fight anti-Semitism on college campuses to explicitly call a Jewish billionaire a puppet master. And that's literally what Glenn Beck had a graphic of George Soros like as a puppet master, like pulling the strings on people.
So, and also just like how sensitive they are to the idea of a young person being honored on the front page of a magazine,
and particularly a woman. They can't
exactly.
Take it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll give you a few examples. Here's one tweet: the final nail in Time's credibility. Yes. One other person, the Time Person of the Year 2019, Greta Thunberg.
Oh no, I don't respect her anymore after that.
These are adults, like these are grown adults who are attacking a minor.
Yeah, and Trump has done it. Bolsonaro did it a couple days ago.
Yeah, so let me give you a little of that. So Bolsonaro is the fascist, illegitimate leader of Brazil. I say illegitimate because he literally had to imprison his political opponent with absolutely no evidence of the crimes he was accused of in order to win the election. So luckily, Lula da Silva, who was the overwhelmingly popular candidate in that election, has been released from prison, but that's who Bolsonaro is. Anyway, so he decided to attack Greta Thunberg because Thunberg was drawing attention to what's happening to indigenous people living in the Amazon. Indigenous people are literally being murdered for trying to protect the forest from illegal deforestation over and over again. It is shameful that the world remains silent about this. And Bolsonaro responded with, Greta has said that the Indians died because they were defending the Amazon. It's amazing that the press gives space to this kind of a brat.
Very tough guy. We can criticize her. It's just funny to watch the emotional reaction that he has to her. There's something about Greta and AOC. These guys can't take it. And I know I'm told all the time that this is masculinity, these people, but they fall to pieces at the presence of a woman talking confidently about politics.
Yeah, you know what? It's so common, John, like as a woman who talks about politics, that like you have to tune it out and you just have to keep steamrolling. And so I block it out of my head, even when it happens to other women. And you're right, my mind doesn't immediately go to, oh, these are insecure men. They feel that their masculinity is being challenged because now there are women discussing important political issues. But yeah, I think that's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
And it's just sad, it's so sad.
It is pathetic. I mean, there were other good people on the list. I'm thankful it wasn't Trump and not Pelosi. It would have been fine if it was the Hong Kong protesters. But I mean, to say that they've lost credibility, she was the obvious choice for Person of the Year, I think.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, we really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.